Jason Momoa was on a podcast recently, and he revealed some things about Dune Part 3. Let's get into this. So Jason Momoa was on the Smartless podcast, and he got to talking about Dune Part 3, specifically about Jason Momoa's son, Nicole Wolf Momoa. But along the way he reveals some interesting points that we could see in Dune Part 3. This whole video is potentially going to contain spoilers for Dune Part 3 and specifically for Children of Dune. So if you do not wish to be spoiled, you can watch another video of mine. Let's get into the podcast.
I'm in Japan with my son's dream is to go to Japan. So his 16th birthday, we go with the whole family, and I'm with him, and I'm like, gosh, he's trained martial arts his whole life. He always wants to act. I'm like, you're never acting. There's no way I'm not letting you act. He does like school plays in Topanga, right? That's it. That's the extension of like his acting skills.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm just like, I don't want my kid child acting. I don't want you in this business. Blah blah blah. You know, obviously the mother's been through it. Like, no, you're not
Look
doing
at
it. So yeah, it's just like, no.
Tail, sure.
But he grew up with his dad being this thing. He just loves it. But he loves martial arts. So, cut to, I'm like, he's 16. I really want, it's time for my son to be with me and travel. And maybe he can do school abroad. So I asked the mother, and we're like, yeah, well, if he can come with me, I would like him to come to Dune, because if he really wants to learn acting, I'm like, we're going to be with Chalamet, we're going to be with Denis, we're going to be with Zendaya. He should be watching his father, like, day in, day out. I want his work ethic to be like mine of the Midwest. I want him to see how hard it is getting up at this time, doing this. Like, it's hard, you know what I mean? And so I want him to like understand the business. So he's begging me to learn all this stuff. So all right, fine. Well, let's send Uncle Kale. I did Minecraft with, I did Dune with. He's a producer. I'm sure you guys know him. And so Kale
Boyder.
Yeah, Kale Boyder. And it's just like, he's a dear friend. I was like, listen, we'll send him a stunner, you know? So we taped something for Wolf. We send it in. And Kale's like, what the dude, your son does because he's been doing it his whole life. And he's like, wow, he does this? I'm like, yeah, he's pretty good at it.
So the first thing that's really been revealed is that Nicole Wolf Momoa has never really acted in his life. He's only done school plays. But what he is good at seems to be martial arts. So we might get to see some of those skills come into play in Dune Part 3. Especially when it comes to Leto II's power, or perhaps transformation as the God Emperor of Dune. Personally, I only think we'll get to see a slight stunt that's involved with that, maybe some kind of quick martial arts work in one scene, but nothing too elaborate, because I don't think that this is the movie for it. But that's just a hunch. Let's continue.
Do you think we can give him like a Fremen role and he can do some fight scenes and let him be on set? And he goes, dude, we're casting for the kids, for Chalamet and Zendaya. Basically, like, I guess it's like Skywalker and Leia. You know, it's Children of Dune, so it's the two kids.
Yeah. So Kale Boyder, who is a producer on Dune Part 1 and 2, is good friends with Jason Momoa, and through that connection, they were able to get some kind of audition tape to him. And Kale was really impressed by this audition tape of Nicole Wolf Momoa. But this audition was only for a stunt or some kind of action scene that Jason Momoa's son filmed. Jason Momoa equates Ghanima and Leto II as Luke and Leia, which is pretty funny because it's a Star Wars connection. So they're well aware of these connections and the fact that there are so many similarities between Star Wars and Dune in certain aspects. Because of course Star Wars was inspired by Dune. But he also says something interesting. He says that it's Children of Dune. So this could further encourage those theories that Children of Dune and Dune Messiah are kind of being mixed together to form a hybrid, which is Dune Part 3. Not tons of elements from Children of Dune, because there's too much to deal with in Children of Dune, the third book in the Frank Herbert series. But I think they will definitely be drawing those elements from Children of Dune and putting them into Dune Part 3, which will mainly focus on Dune Messiah because it has more of Paul and Chani in it.
And I was like, all right, well, does he act? I'm like, you know, it's community theater. And anyways, they send it. I'm in New Zealand. The mother's with him. He does his scene. Yeah, you know, I don't want to coach him at all. I don't know how to teach acting. So my dear friend Cliff Curtis, who I looked up to, and he was in the show with me. I was like, can you talk to my son a little bit about acting? And So he talks to him a little bit. Wolf does the scene, we tape it, we send it in, and they love it. And I'm like, holy shit.
It seems that Nakoa Wolf Momoa did another audition tape specifically for the acting side of things, and that was sent off and they loved it. I guess it was sent off to the director or the producers of Dune Part 3.
He said, we want him to come to London and test.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, dude, what? And I had to fly from New Zealand to London, and my son goes into a room with Denis Villeneuve, and he has to test with 5 girls, and it's 3.5 hours long. I'm so stressed
Christ.
out. Yeah, and like
Way more stressed than you would be for
I
yourself.
mean, bro, like
Way
I
more,
don't even
yeah.
have like I'm
Yeah.
fine. No,
Yeah.
I'm freaking out because my son is just wild. He's so wild and amazing, but he just beautiful. Like Mary Perrin was texting me, just like he's killing, he's doing great. But he had to do like a really hard scene that even if I had to do that scene, there's no way I could pull that off. And to do that for the first time, and this kid killed it. And he did it on his own. I didn't help him at all.
They wanted him to go to London for a screen test. And this screen test involved Denis Villeneuve directly. He was there in London to screen test Nakoa Wolf Momoa. What's also interesting is that he tested with 5 girls, so that means that there were at least 5 girls auditioning for the role of Ghanima, who is Leto II's sister. Now, who those girls are will be very interesting to hear further down the line, but of course we know who got it, and that was Ida Brooke. Congratulations to her. And it seems that Mary Perrin, another producer of Dune Parts 1 and 2, she was also involved, and she saw the audition either in person or via tape, and she said he was doing a great job, so she was also impressed. And Jason Momoa also reveals that the scene was very hard to do. And because he had to screen test with someone else who was playing Ghanima, that obviously means that the scene that they were doing was one between Ghanima and Leto II, which would obviously be a scene from Children of Dune, the 3rd book. Unless it's some made up scene from the script of Dune Part 3, which we don't know about. But I'm trying to get the point across that the realm that they're auditioning in is definitely Children of Dune territory, not Dune Messiah territory, because at the end of Dune Messiah, they're only just born. There are way too many scenes to theorize as to which one they could have been from Children of Dune, but I suspect that it's something to do with his transformation and something very deep and speaking to Ghanima about it. But we'll leave it at that. Let's continue.
How about that?
And I'm doing f***ing Dune with my son right
That's
now.
amazing. I didn't know that.
I literally
didn't know
just
that.
we just
got the
went to
part?
premiere, bro. The premiere of Chief of War. We flew to Hawaii. We did the premiere, I think, on the 18th. We got on a plane that night. We landed on the 19th. My daughter's 18th was the 20th. We flew out the 21st. We landed in Budapest on the 22nd. He went to work on the 23rd.
Jeez.
Wow.
His first scene.
No
I'm sitting
way.
there, shitting my pants, going like he's with Zendaya. I'm like he's in it, and I'm like my baby.
Yeah.
16 years old, and he just killed it. I was crying.
But apparently Nakoa Wolf Momoa has already shot some of his scenes, specifically July 23. And the reason I think it was shot so early is because they don't want Nakoa to age anymore, so filming him as young as possible to keep that youthful look is I think what they were going for.
You don't have any scenes with him, do you?
I don't but in the future, but I'm just there and I'm watching him, and you know Denis, who I fucking love and dearly, and he's just like he loves Wolf, and he's just doing a great job, and so I'm like, it's the craziest feeling,
How incredible.
Yeah,
and
that,
I'm like, God damn it, dude, I just didn't want him to do it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, like he's so good.
I'm not
he's gonna
surprised.
destroy
Look
me.
at his parents.
I'm
No,
not
it's just
surprised
gonna-
either. And I also think like
You want your kids to just be better than you, and I'm like, this
Yeah, yeah.
is gonna be like he's gonna blow me away.
Nice.
He's so present.
So Jason Momoa also reveals that he doesn't actually have scenes with his son in Dune Part 3. And he implies that this means at all. And what that means is basically that we won't get to see anything from the later books in terms of God Emperor of Dune, where he might have scenes directly with Leto II. But Jason Momoa does say he doesn't have scenes in this one, but in the future. So he definitely is aware of where the character goes in the later books. And perhaps it may even come to pass that this is a reality that will be willed into existence, that they really want to make a God Emperor of Dune or some kind of Dune Part 4, however it will be called. But they really might try and make this project come into existence where Jason Momoa gets to film with his son, Nicole Wolf Momoa, in the very interesting dynamic of God Emperor versus Duncan Idaho. We'll see. And most importantly, I guess, is that he really impressed Denis Villeneuve himself, which is, not the easiest thing to do, I suppose, in the world. And because Nicole Wolf was very present in the moment and in the scene, if Denis is impressed, then he's got to deliver some kind of impressive performance. Thanks for tagging me in this and providing subtitles. If you're looking forward to seeing Nicole Wolf Momoa in Dune Part 3, do you think he's going to do a good job? Do you think we'll even get to see Jason Momoa in a scene with his son in the future? Let me know in the comments below. Check out some of my other Dune content or some of my other popular culture videos here.